Welcome everybody to Realist Guys in the Room. I'm Joshua,
I'm Gerald.
and today we're going to be checking out the NFL's top 10 fastest players of all time. This is a video that was uploaded 2 years ago, with still keeping with our NFL theme of every week or two doing some NFL videos. Bring this one to you. I know. Fastest player is always a debate. There's always, why isn't so and so on this? Why this guy from 40 years ago on there? And even now it's the Tyreek DK Metcalf talk of Tyreek's trying to challenge DK, and I'm pretty sure DK would lose to in that race. I mean, but like DK is still extremely fast, but
I think they should bring it back. They should bring that back. They should bring back the. Remember the Pro Bowl every year? They would bring like the fastest.
Yeah.
Just bring it back and just let some people.
I mean, I feel like they did that a couple years ago, like 3-4 years ago, and I don't remember. But I remember like watching it, and you're like Tyreek Hills and stuff. I think they were in it, but like they weren't trying. Like it wasn't like an actual race. There was like whoever won. It was like, okay, yeah, you won, but are you really faster than these people?
Like how the whole like LeBron James dunk contest. We may be the best dunker, but LeBron's not in there type thing.
Yeah,
like the real fastest guy's not there.
Yeah, for sure.
He's enjoying his time off.
Yeah, but let's get into this and see what we think, and let us know what you guys think in the comments.
In the NFL, speed kills. Even as kids, playgrounds around the world are filled with races just to see who's the fastest. No wonder we obsess over speed. Being the fastest player in the league at any point puts you in a small club of players. But being one of the fastest players in history gets you on today's list. The fastest players in NFL history.
So it's crazy how fast Vic was as a quarterback.
Place to start in the fastest QB to ever live. Vic mesmerized the world, doing things never before seen by a passer. Reportedly running a 4.25 at the combine. It was primetime entertainment every time Vic suited up. Vic's speed wasn't exclusive to just straight line. Vic would often cut, shimmy, and fake before exploding through the open lane. He didn't need to accelerate.
Him in the Eagles uniform
Vic started in Vic's start-stop blazing speed led him to being the first quarterback to rush for 1,000 yards in a single season. The worst thing that could happen to a defense is deciding to tuck it and run.
Do you remember the quarterback that was less than 100 yards away from 1,000 yards before him?
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, it was like 924 or 955 or something. I still remember thinking like, I don't know if he was injured or something, but like I believe he ran for more yards than Emmitt Smith that year, but Emmitt Smith might have been injured or something.
Or he might have been his rookie year, maybe.
Yeah, something like that, but yeah. Just had to bring the Randall Cunningham thing,
There's not a dual threat passer that has ever had us saying wow more than Michael Vick. As a result, the 10th fastest speedster on our list is the all-time leading rusher at the quarterback position with over 6,000 yards.
When that dude played, fans are on that.
Yeah.
Say that Al Davis loved speed.
That's crazy.
Drafted guys that had great speed. Maybe all that time he was.
If you gave me a list of 10 players, I don't think Cliff Branch would have been on my list.
In the heyday of the Raiders, Cliff Branch was the biggest deep threat in the league. But before we get to his
Willie Gold probably would have been on there.
That's what I was just thinking. I was literally just thinking that. It's like, should we expect to see a Willie Gold because of the Olympic stuff?
With James Jett also.
Yeah, or was it Bob Hayes?
His speed translated to the league perfectly. He retired the all-time receiving
Brown.
yards leader in playoff history.
Olympics.
And
He was a former
And
Raider.
if you do it now, Devin Allen.
Throwing the ball to Branch, as he was just simply the fastest man of the time. Cliff Branch is the NFL's pioneer speed demon.
Just imagine it'd be as fast as he was during that time.
History actually competed in the Olympics, winning multiple gold records as a sprinter and relay runner.
Was it him that got the bobsled?
In the 1983 World Championship.
Was he the bobsled?
Galt was a part
also got a gold medal on the bobsled team, or he was on the bobsled team years later.
Obliterated
I don't
the record time at the
Was it him?
1982 SEC Championships.
I remember somebody did bobsledding.
Okay.
That was a track star in the NFL.
And that's exactly what he did. With the legendary 1985 Chicago Bears team.
Old Bears.
That was when
I was a big fan of them.
Yeah.
Game-breaking play.
Neil Anderson
they turned
days.
to Galt's game-breaking speed. In a huge game against the Minnesota Vikings, it was Galt's
Just thinking of that, like,
touchdown grab.
how many people forget about Neil Anderson?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
I mean, not that he had like a long career, but like he was, a couple of years. Like it's kind of like a Tyrone Wheatley, Michigan guy. But when he was with the Giants, he had like a couple, 1,000-yard years and stuff, and But like Neil Anderson, I remember, number 35. Like he was someone that I know you liked a lot.
Yeah,
Because was he right after? Like was he who replaced Walter?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And he was putting up the same numbers, 1,200 yards, 50, 60 catches.
It's crazy.
Sprang the game open. You look along Willie's career stats.
I remember playing with Willie Gault in the Tecmo Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Just doing like the Bo Jackson thing, you just going up and down.
Game because he was just simply faster
That's
than
an old
everyone
Peyton
else
back
around
there.
him. Randy Moss. Randy Moss was a long.
Don't forget Randy Moss was fast.
6'4".
Yeah.
It took him a little longer than other speedsters to get to his top speed. But once he did, there isn't anyone that could run stride for stride with him. The NFL found out quickly just how fast the freak was.
The whole thing. You got mossed.
2.540, and that speed terrorized the NFL, regardless of what jersey he had on. Randy Moss simply was faster, and knew he was faster. Everybody
I was such a big fan of his. Even
Even
going back to Marshall with him and Chad Pennington.
He sprinted past Hall, running
Did
under
it
a
all.
bomb for the score. No single play shows just how big and fast Moss
Yeah,
was,
gotcha.
more than his Thanksgiving Day quick screen against the Cowboys. He caught
Well,
the
that
ball along
Vikings
the
team with
sideline
him,
and
Culpepper,
proceeded
and
to outrun every
Carter.
Chris Carter,
the
yeah.
Cowboys had on him.
Oh, and
people-
then the running back.
Laying one single hand on him.
Was it
Our
Smith?
personal
Dude.
favorite
Yeah.
is his bomb
Yeah.
from
But I think even with that, people forget about Jake Reed, who was 1,000-yard receiver.
The third, yeah.
Yeah.
where he outran 3 Jets defenders into the end zone. Randy Moss's speed was truly one of one. Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson coming out of ECU.
CJ2K.
Football world with his
Remember
40-yard
that?
run at the combine. Nobody could stop talking about the number. 4.24 seconds. Chris Johnson shattered.
Because it was
the
him,
fastest
and then there was
official
the
combine
Wisconsin
run
running
by 10ths of a
back.
second. Drafted by
Rondang?
the Titans, Chris
No,
Johnson's speed
that
constantly
was faster
showed
than
up on
Rondang.
game day with the ball in his hands.
Because he rode down to 4.24. He got a
Yeah.
tattoo on his calf.
Pass or took a handoff. There was a
Who
chance
was
his speed.
Oh my God, I can't
You know
remember.
Wisconsin's had a
He
bunch.
broke the initial line of defense.
Because I think he was out the same time as him, and he said he was fat. He thought he was faster than
Making
Chris
him the
Johnson.
ultimate home run
But he was
threat
never
in
like
the
a big
NFL.
time starter.
In 2009,
Remember he put he
Johnson ran
wrote down
the
his
record
4.24.
books. He ran
Put a
for
tattoo
over
on his back.
2,000 yards and broke the all-time single-season scrimmage record at 2,000.
We don't have anybody like him now. That's just,
Nah.
He and his speed earned the nickname CJ2K.
If he gets an open field, he's
Like
gone.
Chris Johnson
Yeah.
every year. His speed is unforgettable. Tyreek Hill. A guy nicknamed
course.
Cheetah. Well, he's probably going to be on this list. We don't make the rules.
So they're gonna
But
have
his
John
speed
Ross on there then?
dictates the game plan for
Wasn't
defense.
Ross
Yeah,
40 times faster than his?
I think, yeah.
Themselves. Just
Doesn't
to not
Ross
get
own the
beat deep
fastest
by
40
Like
times?
4.21 or something like that.
5'9". It's easy to lose Hill on the field. That is, until Mahomes finds him, and he's throwing.
It's
up
crazy.
the
He's
peace sign.
fast
In
as
high
he
school,
is,
Hill
as
recorded
small
both
as he is. He's only 5'9". Most
4.2540.
Mhm.
these guys are like
10
6 foot,
second
5'11".
100-meter dash. At his pro day in 2016, some scouts hand-timed him at a 4.21 in the 40. He could have very well decided to run track for the United States Olympic team instead of scoring touchdowns for the Kansas City Chiefs. And hey, he still
To
might.
be small and fast
After
on
their
you.
Super
Oh my
Bowl
God. I
win,
mean, he just
Hill
be able to get
vowed
in and
to
out
run
of.
in the US sprinting trials.
Can't really see
A
him.
Sunday Night Football video comparing his time next to all the best sprinters in the world shows that he would not only be able to, but he'd be right in
That's
the
what they should do.
mix.
They should
Now
make them
put
run
that
the
speed
40
on a
in
football
pads
field,
and see
you
who
can
really is
why
the
defenses
fastest.
Yeah.
slammer The night before they have to play the Chiefs. Deion Sanders.
Dion.
Yep.
Dion is the flashiest.
It's
player
crazy
in
how
the
like
NFL.
you being a fan of him made me
Cocky,
become a fan, and like it just took off to where he became one of my favorite
That's why
players.
He could talk so much trash. Well, he knew he was the fastest player on every single field he stepped on. The urban legend goes like this. Instead of prepping and going through field drills at the combine, Sanders showed up without
him and
warming up.
Iverson
He
are
stepped up
two
to the
guys who
front
revolutionized
line and ran
the
a
culture.
4.2 flat in street shoes.
With
Then he
him doing all the
immediately got
dancing
back
and
into
Yeah.
the
jewelry
came in left, proving everything he
cars.
needed.
But
Well, we can't confirm
that
it.
look right
It's been
there.
backed by
Yep.
pretty much everybody. When you watch Sanders effortlessly stick to the NFL's fastest receivers throughout his career, it makes the story that much more believable. Sanders may very well have run the fastest 40-yard dash ever.
Never got caught
and
from
he had all
behind.
the
Has
charisma
caught
to
so
go
many people
along
from
with it.
behind.
Bo
Mhm.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Speaking
of
of
course you gotta
urban
have that bow on
legends,
there. There's
Bo
no
Jackson's
Yeah.
life is a literal walking
Arguably the
urban
one of the
legend.
best
Everybody has a tale
athletes
about
to ever
Bo
play in
Jackson
sport.
in the late 80s. But the NFL's Chuck Norris is more than just a story told in barbershops. He's arguably the most.
I mean, with that, would you say he's a better
explosive
athlete than
in his pre-draft
Deion?
Combine. They say that Bo Jackson.
It's arguably.
I mean, they both
played
If that number sounds ridiculous,
4.12.
well, that's because it is.
That's just insane.
Don't fret. They asked Bo what the
It's
actual
for
time
it to be
was,
that
and
big
finally
to run a
spilled the
4.12.
truth. It was
Yeah.
in fact only a
Oh, to be that big to run even a
4.13
4
official time. Good
4.2.
thing we solved that myth. A 4.14 time would make Bo by far the fastest player the NFL has ever seen, at a remarkable 230 pounds. There may not have been another player on this list over 225
That's
pounds.
just scary.
That would
I remember
make Bo the fastest
he averaged like
pound for
8
pound
yards a
in
carry
NFL history. But
or
that
something
doesn't
like
mean
that one
he
year.
one-
is the
yeah.
fastest. We
It was like
still
6
have two
yards
more,
for his career.
including a legend that isn't talked about enough in the realm of speedsters.
There's
Bob
Joe
Hayes.
Green.
Bullet
There's
Bob
Bob Hayes.
is the definition of speed. He's the only true Olympic sprinting gold medalist
Yeah, he was
to
an
play in the
Olympian.
NFL, and still the only gold medalist and Super Bowl champion in history. Bob Hayes' speed is legendary, and thankfully for us, it was also timed. Before the era of specialized training, Hayes broke the
Little
world
short
record
shorts.
100-meter dash,
Mhm.
running under 10
Imagine going to
seconds
school
at
having to wear those little short
1964
shorts.
Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah.
But the true test of
Did you hear that? He ran under
was a
10
4 by
seconds.
100
Yeah.
relay race, where opponents boasted that they couldn't win because all the U.S. team had was Hayes.
Burners on
As
that
the
dude.
anchor of the race, Hayes made a dramatic comeback win, running the fastest
Just
relay
at
leg
one time,
in
he was the
history
fastest
at
person
8.5
alive.
Yeah.
seconds. After the race, his teammate looked over
Just
at
to
the
be
other
known as like,
sprinters and
no,
said,
there's nobody
"Well,
faster
that's
than
all
you."
we needed.
Mhm.
Hayes transitioned to the NFL, where he was drafted by the Cowboys.
It wasn't
His
until years
debut in
later
the
someone
league
actually was
effectively
faster than
altered
you.
the NFL
Yeah.
forever. Because of his unrivaled speed, defenses invented both.
And that's where you said like it was with all the specialized training and performance stuff and the nutritional stuff and whatever Usain Bolt did.
Yeah.
defenses.
I mean, these kids are starting out early and getting on the track and learning proper
In his first
technique.
2
and-
years, he rewrote Cowboys record books,
I
including
mean, he didn't have a
22
great
franchise marks
like
that
nutrition
still
plan
stand to
back
this
then, a
day.
nutritionist
Only
and a
one
trainer
person
to
in history
train.
can say he was so fast he changed the timeline of football. Bullet Bob Hayes was essential.
I mean, he'll just taken off the block on track as a whole.
Darryl Green is known across the football world
He's
for
supposed to
his
be the
speed,
fastest
almost
ever
exclusive.
player.
Yeah.
Yes, he was an all-time great cover corner, but it was his
Which I'm not going to
unmatched
argue.
speed
I've seen that man
people will
catch
always
people from
remember
behind.
him
It's
for.
like
It's not a surprise, as Green was a 2-time All-American track
I remember
star in
who
college.
was he?
From
He
86
caught
to
somebody from behind. It
91.
was supposed to be fast
Despite
too.
being
I
smaller
don't know
than
if they'll
all
show
his
it.
competitors, he was a first-team All-Pro
he
selection
caught him quick.
corner. This was a combination of having the greatest recovery speed
Eric
ever
Dickerson.
seen and being a great technician. Green reportedly recorded a 40 time of 4.09 at the
That's
Washington Redskins
insane.
training camp in 1986. He might have even been faster in competition than his college 10-second 100-meter dash, winning 4 NFL's fastest man competitions. When the event was retired, he was still the only undefeated multiple-time
People forget he played
champion
corner
ever.
and then went to safety
So,
towards the end
what's
of
the
his
secret
Yeah.
to Gerald Green's speed? Well, if you ask him,
Which
it's
a few
Tootsie
people have
Rolls.
done that.
Green's pregame
Your
ritual
boy,
included
Charles did
putting
that too,
Tootsie
Charles Wilson.
Rolls in his socks. Darryl Green just proves that speed must live forever. He was clocked in with a 4.5 40-yard dash on his 50th birthday. But was he faster than Bullet Bob Hayes? Well, that's a foot race we'd kill to see. So, there you have it. The fast
I would love to be that fast for one game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's for one game. Let me just.
I mean, hey, in your heyday, you weren't slow. You weren't
No.
known as being the slow guy.
No, I caught the fastest guy on our football team who went to Virginia Tech, and
Yeah,
I caught him from behind once.
it's crazy. But yeah, it's especially now. I mean, with like you said, having like a John Ross on there.
Allen,
Yeah.
But let's say we didn't have James Jett, who was an Olympian. Ron Brown was Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few people, but I mean, you can only fit. I mean, you're doing 10. They're just
Yeah, and he's trying to do like what had the fastest 40 times.
yeah.
But no, it was a good list. Definitely got us talking. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if there's any other type of videos like this. Doing like top 10s and stuff, and we'll keep doing it. And as always, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time we do it again. All right, guys. Peace.
Bye.